What's up next, Ben?
So talking of Marvel, in a weird segue, we're moving on to some stuff that came out as the third wave of releases that'll be out hopefully towards the end of the year from Atomic Mass Games. And this is a whole bunch of new sets. So we start off with a look at some Asgardians. And leading the way, we have Thor and Valkyrie, who come together in a set there, which is very, very cool. They've gone for a lot more of the comic book look for both Thor and Valkyrie here, which I thought was interesting. Because again, a little bit of a mix between the different aesthetics between the MCU and the comic books, which I thought was really cool.
I see Thor's been smashing the crap out of something because just look at the way he's based. He's been up to his eyes in battle.
Yeah. Obviously, one of the cool things about Crisis Protocol is that you could throw stuff around and smash terrain and that kind of thing. So those kind of bases definitely make sense and stuff in this format. Moving on to the next set, we've got Loki and Hela. So if you remember, obviously Ragnarok, a lot of people will know Hela from that. And we've got Loki there, which is in an interesting sort of blend between a comic book version and his MCU incarnation there. And then Hela at the back, who's also looking very, very cool as well, summoning up all her eldritch power and stuff like that, which I thought was very nice. And then for the last set of characters for this release, because there's also some terrain as well, we've also got Vision and Winter Soldier. So if you want to start building up your Avengers, your assembled Avengers set, then you've got Vision there to help along with that. And you've got Winter Soldier, who could be a bad guy or a good guy, however you want to play it out, as with pretty much anything else in Crisis Protocol as well.
I do love that Vision is phasing through a wall on his base.
It is very good. He doesn't use doors, remember?
Just because he's too stupid to go over it. That's the only reason he phases, I'm sure of it.
He's only a computer after all.
Yeah,
so.
It's interesting the first wave. Well, that's actually not the first wave, because the first wave would be Mordok and Hulk. But the second wave that they've released, there's only really one bad guy. Well, no, I suppose theoretically Hela and Loki aren't good. Theoretically.
Well,
I don't think they're good.
No,
I may like their characters, but I wouldn't classify them as necessarily being good.
We differ on that one.
I don't know. The Loki, it's hard to tell.
But it's you've got a half and half in that one. You've got Valkyrie and Thor, so two good guys together, and then potentially, depending on your point of view, two bad guys with the rightful Asgardians. Just saying, they're both black hair and fond of knives, and Thor's blonde with a hammer. Which one was the real adopted one? But yeah, so they've gone twin evil, twin good, and then half and half. So really, that doesn't look like they're specifically going for splitting each pack.
Yeah.
It's just whatever they feel goes together, maybe.
And one of the key things with this as well is that I believe anyway, that Thor, Valkyrie, Loki, and Hela all come with the Asgardian keyword. So there'll be some cards and stuff that will allow you to run a predominantly Asgardian force and use that on the tabletop, which would be kind of cool.
Do you know what would be good about
some of them fall into multiple categories. So Thor also
they'll probably have
Avengers.
Multiple. Yeah, they'll have multiple categories. Yeah.
Do you know what is good about having Vision coming to the tabletop? So you can get him to do something interesting for a change. Because I find Vision the most boring character in the world. Like,
he's just too powerful in the MCU.
Yeah, though. Like in the MCU movies, because I'm not really into the comic books and stuff, so I can't, don't crucify me for, no, he's amazing because he did this and this. But based on the movies,
same as Scarlet Witch.
Doesn't do very much.
Scarlet Witch is probably more powerful than Vision in the comics and in the MCU, but they really dialed her back quite a bit.
I don't know, the one that annoys me the most from the MCU, even though I love the character, or the guy playing the character, is Doctor Strange.
Well, that's strange. I think he's amazing.
No, any time he showed up in the comics, it was just like, oh, don't worry guys, I've been off meditating, all this bad stuff happened, fixed, click of the fingers, done, I know how to sort this. Just an I win button, and I hate that.
Just to sort of reiterate how things are sort of standing at the moment for Crisis Protocol as it is, the core set should be coming out sort of mid-November, I believe. And then after that, we're going to have, obviously, you've got MODOK and Hulk coming out straight afterwards, more or less. In fact, they're probably coming out basically as soon as the release happens. Then following on from that, you've got Black Panther, Shuri, Akata, I can't remember her name, unfortunately, and Killmonger. And then you've also got Venom too. So if you want to do some kind of Spider-Man Venom team-up, you're going to have that option. And then obviously you've got these guys coming out as the wave after that as well.
Cool. I like the whole Spider-Man Venom thing.
So I just nearly forgot it, but there's also the terrain pack that's coming out in this wave as well, which allows you to make one of the two trucks that you see there. So you can make them you can make one truck into one of those two different designs if you like. So yeah.
Oh man, a garbage truck. I've always wanted one.
Something big to
that
throw
sounds
people
ridiculous,
into.
but you will be surprised at how useful those trucks are going to be.
Yeah, just for filling out tables.
Because a lot of time you can go and buy like buildings and stuff. I'm looking around here and going, we've got plenty of buildings and stuff to pop down to play this game.
The streets are empty.
Yeah, the streets are just stone cold, nothing there.
Well, I mean,
you're playing I Am Legend instead.
Yeah,
there's nothing there.
You remember whenever we did the All Out War Walking Dead boot camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of toy cars we converted to actually just fill up the streets was insane.
And even then, we didn't have like a bin lorry.
No, we didn't have a bin lorry, and we had bins. We had bins, but no lorry for the bins.
Cool.
Feel bad, man.
Probably why they didn't get emptied then.
That would be it. Radio Ben, what's next, mate?
Just quickly, just before we move on, the name of the character that I forgot, Okoye. That's the one that is missing from that Shuri and Okoye pack. Just so I remember.